Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So today I want to make a discussion that I'm pretty sure was talked about before. I noticed that this was a discussion when the screenshots were leaked when we were supposed to have the story trailer originally a couple months ago. But I haven't seen anyone talk about it from the trailers, so I want to talk about the flashbacks of Ellie and Joel and Tommy's community. Now, I want to talk about the flashbacks because I feel like they could be a major key part to like the beginning of the game. For example, in Last of Us 1, for example, we had a flashback of Joel and Sarah, and the game was really the whole point of the flashback was to like open up the game about how Last of Us 1, this is how the outbreak happened. This is how like not how exactly the outbreak got released, but like this is the start of like the terror of like Joel pretty much and him losing his daughter, Sarah. So I want to talk about how Last of Us Part 2 could possibly have some type of flashback, which it does, of course, but I want to talk about how this flashback could, like, define the opening of the game. So I want to talk about my thoughts and opinions about it, and yeah, let me know if you guys agree with some of this stuff. Alright, something that I want to talk about in this flashback was that we got a flashback of Ellie and Joel, and it looks like they're going to Tommy's community, sort of, but I think that's false because at the end of Last of Us Part 1, or Last of Us 1, whatever, in Last of Us 1, you can see that Ellie is wearing a flannel outfit, and Joel, his clothes pretty much look the same, so I'm not really worried about him. But they do look definitely really different comparing the Last of Us 1 and 2, so it's hard to tell, like, what the timeline is of like how many days or how many weeks or how many months it has been. I would want to say it's been maybe about a couple weeks to a month. That's just a really bold guess, and I really do think that's possible just because you can see that Ellie looks a little bit chubby in The Last of Us Part 1, but I don't think it's because she lost weight or anything. I think it's just because they really changed the character models for The Last of Us 1 and Part 2, Part 1 and Part 2. Because if you compare this picture of Ellie with her sunset shirt with the other picture of Ellie in Part 2, they definitely look really different, and it looks, I don't want to say it looks like not polished because this is just a far away viewpoint from the trailer, so it could look better than this, but her eyes are less shiny than in Part 1, and it looks like she has more of a, I don't know, the character models just look a tiny bit skinnier in some ways. That's just my thought. They could have just revamped her. But yeah, I do think it is after, basically, it's obviously after Part 1. But yeah, I want to talk about how Tommy's community could be involved, because in this scene, when Joel is on the guitar, not on the guitar, when he's on the horse with his guitar, I believe you can see Tommy on the left. I'm pretty sure that's Tommy. He's gonna be definitely involved in the flashback. I'm assuming he's gonna look the same as he did in Part 1. It's gonna be really interesting just because we're not gonna exactly play as Ellie in the beginning from what it looks like. It looks like we'll be playing as Joel still because, of course, in Last of Us Part 1, we played as Sarah, and then we transitioned to Joel. So I'm assuming for Part 2, they're gonna do the same way like Part 1 did, and make it where we play as Joel in the beginning of Part 2. And then we'll transition to Ellie, maybe. Some things I really do want to know is more about the community before the flashback. I'm not sure how long this flashback is going to be. Part of me wants to assume half an hour to an hour at least, because I feel like they have a lot of things that they want to show in this flashback, but exploration could be like a big key thing in this flashback. So I'm wondering if we're going to see that. That would be really interesting and cool. But yeah, something else I was thinking about, I heard one of my friends talk about this, was you know how we see Dina and Jesse in the main part of the game, obviously. This never came to my mind, but someone was like, what if there's a possibility that you see them as Ellie's age, for example, when she arrives to Tommy's community, or maybe they're like new members of some shit. That was really interesting to hear because to me, obviously, Ellie and Dina, obviously they're girlfriends. Are they? Yeah, they are. I'm assuming they are. So obviously they have to have some type of form relationship, I'm assuming, in like these 5 years time skip. And with Jesse, I would assume Jesse is a good friend of Ellie's, just because from what the trailers, from what we've seen of them hunting together. So it definitely would be really cool to see them as teenagers. That way we can get more of an insight on like, oh, this is how Ellie met Dina or some shit. That would be really cool, and to see from Joel's perspective about these teenagers, pretty much. But yeah. Now, as I said before, this is going to be the introduction of the game, I'm assuming. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, actually. I'm really saying that this is the introduction of the game just because it makes sense. Flashback, and then you go up to the present time or some shit. Unless they're gonna do some weird crap where they do like present time and then flashback and then present time flashback, but I don't think they're doing that. So I'm just gonna assume that it's way easier to do a flashback and then present time. So that's what I'm assuming they're doing. But yeah, I'm wondering what shit goes down during the end of this flashback, because this flashback really seems to be like the flashback scene in this game trailer is shown that it is like pretty much a happy moment from what we see, in especially since it was the beginning of the trailer. It was basically a happy moment between Joel and Ellie, and that life is pretty much good. And obviously you have this 5-year time skip where the game, everything goes to shit pretty much, and I'm really curious onto what is gonna happen. I think really the flashback shown in this game is just gonna be like a setting to like show like how great Ellie's life was pretty much, and then I'm gonna pretend that nothing bad happens and just assume that happens 5 years later, because it is hard to form character development on characters that you've pretty much never seen before. Like for example, when they showed Dina and Jesse, there was a lot of controversy between Dina because they didn't like the fact that Ellie had a girlfriend pretty much. And I really hope that with the flashback, if Dina, at least Dina, I do care about Jesse, but I don't think he's really the main importance of, actually, yeah, what am I saying, have them both. I feel like with them adding Dina and Jesse, it would like give to the audience that, oh look, these are Ellie's new friends. At least show them a little screen time. That's what I'm hoping for, and that's what I'm curious about. But yeah, it's really sad to see that judging by what the trailer has been shown, Ellie and Joel don't seem to have good relationship at the moment in the 5-year time skip. That but in the prologue, it's kind of sad to see them like happy with each other, because I'm wondering what shit went down that they pretty much hate each other. I'm assuming it's just because of The Last of Us 1 ending, where Ellie, in a way, I think personally that she knew that Joel lied about the fireflies, but I think she just kept it to herself pretty much, because you can't be, I don't want to say you can't be that dumb, but I really do think she like in a way blames herself for it, and that's why she's mad at Joel in some ways, because it was in a way his fault. Actually, it was his fault. What am I saying? But yeah, I really hope that that isn't the case, because that would suck. Because I can understand what Joel was going through, where he wanted to save his daughter, basically. But yeah, I'm not sure if that's gonna be touched upon in the flashback. But it would make a lot of sense, because considering they're not that close, the reason I do think they're not close is just because Ellie literally just got older and she made friends in Tommy's community. Because before, the goal was for Joel to bring Ellie to Marlene pretty much. Marlene's her name, the Firefly lady. That was pretty much the goal. And then they went on this crazy journey where Joel pretty much didn't like having Ellie with her. And so now that they're pretty much safe for like a whole 5 years, at least I'm assuming they're safe for 5 years, considering there's a time skip, Joel is now in a place where Ellie is basically becoming her own character, and it literally proves my point, because we play as her instead of Joel in the game, unless we do, actually, I don't know. But yeah, that's my opinion about The Last of Us Part 2 flashback theories. I hope I touched upon this really good. I feel like I've been rambling on, which I'm sorry. I swear to God, I was trying to really dive deep into this. unlike some, what am I saying? I do dive into my other stuff. It's just that I was really diving into the flashback because I was like to a friend, I kind of want to talk about the flashbacks, but there's nothing really to talk about. And then my friend was like, there's literally so much to talk about the flashbacks. But yeah, he had a point. I didn't think I would have to say that much. But yeah, let me know in the comment section down below what you think about the possibility of this flashback. I personally think it's just gonna be a happy flashback, pretty much. Maybe shit will go down at the end of this flashback, but it's hard to tell because it doesn't make sense. I don't know how to explain it, but like, you could still have shit happen at the end of the flashback, and then 5 years later everything's fine. But I feel like if shit would have happened, then how was Ellie pretty much fine throughout the whole 5 years? That's my question. But yeah, this is where I'm gonna end the recording. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to comment, subscribe, like, really means a lot. And you can hit that bell notification if you want. And you can follow me on my Twitch channel if you want to watch me play games live. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go. I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.